When it comes to a special performance in the Browning Center that I remember, it's so hard to choose.
One of the highlights of my personal career was conducting the Bolshoi Ballet when they appeared here quite a number of years ago.
My favorite musical theater production was the 1979 production of Kiss Me, Kate.
And she was great.
There have been so many performances that have been things that I've directed and written.
I was director of Weber State Singers, and we always performed on Crystal Crest.
We were the stage band for the event, so the winner is yada yada, and then the band would kick off with a tune.
We had the Carpenters perform here.
The King Singers, the Chieftains.
We had the first edition.
I think it's a real service to our community to have those right here, and we need this venue.
The first 50 years of the Browning Center have been absolutely amazing.
And I'm just so grateful to all of the people in the past who've allowed this facility to be of the high caliber that it is.
The Browning Center is named after Val A. Browning. Mr. Browning was a very cultured individual. As a result of all that and the gradual association that Mr. Browning had with the school, Mr. Browning was approached with the idea of setting up a major gift at the school, which would be used primarily for the development of cultural offerings. Subsequently, the Browning Center has become literally the center for cultural development of the area.
This was a big deal for the community. On opening night, they had the big searchlights, the big spotlights in the sky, and everybody was excited. It wasn't just Weber State College's Fine Arts Center, it was the community's.
In those days, I was a work-study person in the theater department, and I had a key to the building. So you try to figure out, when does a person who works graveyard, takes classes, and then rehearses? When do you sleep? And I figured out that I could sleep in the dressing rooms.
The Browning Center, up until about 20 years ago, was a completely different building.
And then suddenly somebody said, what if we build out to the east? What if it gets larger? And we take a hillside and now turned it into practice rooms, band rooms, a choral room, a new theater space.
And that just made all the difference in the world, because for the students, it gives them a chance to perform on what I consider to be a world-class stage.
We have these performance spaces, we have shops, we have music department, we have dance facilities. It's amazing that these performing arts have a place to collaborate together.
So here I am with Agnes. She normally lives in the costume studio. We have several of her peers up there, and we have one named Arlene, and she tilts, she leans. But, you know, here's Agnes. And Agnes is an integral part to what my students get out of being in the Performing Arts Center.
My favorite performance ever was the night the Plain Princess opened, because I got to design the costumes, and seeing my design, seeing my imagination come to life was absolutely thrilling.
I've worked on over 1,000 shows, and I think a lot about the fact that the audience is out there enjoying this, and I've helped create that world.
Being on a campus with a performing arts center like the Browning Center is an invaluable opportunity for any student.
This by far is one of the finest theaters that I've ever seen.
It's crisp, it's current.
This is the place where things begin. For so many of our students, this is the beginning of their life.
And it's just such a reminder of how special that experience was and how grateful I was for this building and the chance to entertain people.
There's something very heartfelt about the social connection between human beings that can occur when you've got an audience and a group of individuals on a stage, and they're engaged in a journey together. That will continue. That's at the heart and soul of this building.